New World Order for Dummies, Agenda 21, the restriction of mobility. Now, we've had passports for a while for international travel, we've got ID cards for national travel, and at the local level we've been allowed to move around quite freely. But all that's going to be about to change because of things like the Liberty Act, which was rolled out after the Vegas false flag last year. It's got more and more restrictions on mobility, but because it's incremental, you won't even realise that you have more and more restrictions, because we're being acclimatised to this essentially without us knowing. I mean, it starts in the airports. I mean, you know, from 20 years ago, the radiation scanners were put in place, and that's never a good thing. If you get zapped with radiation, then you know what radiation causes, yeah? Not only that, but it's so inconsistent. I mean, I've been through scanners with a belt on, without a belt. I've been through with my shoes, without my shoes. So again, you've got to understand, this isn't about your safety or your security. It's about control. Because what else happens there? You can't take water through for fear that it's an explosive, yeah? So what do they have you do? They have you dispose of it right there and then in the area where there's more volume of people than would be on a single flight. So again, you've got to maybe look at this again and consider that this is not about your safety, it's not about your security, it's about control. And because this is at the airport, we're more inclined to go along with it, yeah, well, it's for our safety, so I'll put up with a bit of inconvenience. So we're already used to it, yeah, so what do they do then? They have a few false flag events, and so they filter it down into places like sports arenas, you know, concert halls, they'll put it in schools, it'll be in anywhere there's a congregation, you know, till it's in your grocery store. And again, because this has been incremental, you don't see this as any real, you know, readjustment of your life. It's just so normalised now that, you know, hey, we're used to it. But I just want to reiterate, this is not a gripe of someone being inconvenienced. This is not a gripe on extra time waiting in line because of security checks. This is trying to expose the bigger picture, that again, this is not about your safety, this is about control. What they're trying to do is seeing how much they can put you through, how much you're going to put up with, before you'll realise that they want total control over every aspect of your life. They want to push us into a space that is so congested that we may not want to move anymore, that we may just want to stay in, and that, you know, that happens now, I imagine. And again, because this has been incremental, you don't see your constitutional rights being eroded. So as I arrived in a place of business that I've been to for the last 10 years, I'm suddenly confronted with this new security measure, and I was a tad startled. Now, understanding Agenda 21, I made sure that I didn't blame the messenger, that I didn't, you know, disrespect the security personnel, because they're just, you know, doing a job. All I wanted to do was ask a couple of questions and then politely ask for a supervisor.
Hi. I already spoke to the organisers, yeah?
Right.
When I booked for the booth here,
Right.
I didn't consent to being zapped with radiation. If you want to pad me down, that's fine. But I don't consent to this type of... okay?
That's fine. Let me just have you.
So that's...
What we do when it's busy like this, we usually let just exhibitors go straight through.
But
But once in a while, hold your arms out for me.
they are up.
Okay. Just okay.
Do you know what I mean? But you know,
Yeah.
you're falling for some kind of fascist regime now. This is not about security, it's about
I'm
control.
Swedish, I get it.
About
I'm
control.
Swedish, I get it. I get it.
It's
yeah.
just bullshit, and that's
I know,
why I'm
I know.
documenting this.
I
And
know.
again, I'm not directing this at you.
No.
It's called the Liberty Act. after the Las Vegas
I
shooting.
understand that. If you have an issue,
You know what I mean? No, I have. I've already told them.
Yeah.
Because even when you go out now for a smoke, you got to do it again.
yes, I know.
And it must be
Unfortunately, these are the
frustrating for
times
you.
we live in, you know.
Yeah, but you know, the times we live in, it's not. It's obviously it's orchestrated. Yeah, it's not what the public think it is. It's not what you're told it is.
I understand.
It's the
I
government,
totally
essentially.
understand your point. I do get your point.
Thank you.
Yes.
See you later. It's about
I'm
control.
Swedish. I get it.